Welcome to IVTNN's Good Morning World. This week we are discussing about who will get a 2021 Nobel Prize. Because this Nobel Prize for Peace is a very hot subject and someone has already nominated Trump. But we would like to nominate both the Trump and the Putin. Why? These two gentlemen are the most eligible persons who deserve this prize for the 2021. We have so many reasons to narrate or enumerate for that, and we will take one by one. Please. All Islamic countries treated Israel ever since the dispute of a religious place taken place. Ever since they treated Israel as an enemy and they fought many wars, they lost war. Now their treaty has came into effect and Donald Trump has played a key role to unite Israel with the Islamic world with that treaty, and that will bring other Muslim countries one by one into this treaty, and that will establish peace in the Middle East, and that peace will reduce the tension in the Middle East, and that will give a peaceful life for the people in the Middle East. And silently but steadily but effectively, Donald Trump has shown that his diplomacy for the peace is effective, meaningful and result oriented. And he also meant that he wants to make a history and leave the White House before he is elected for the next term. He wants to show the world that he can do something, and he did. So he is one of the most deserving candidates for the 2021 Nobel Peace Prize. However, there is another gentleman who is deserving at the same time waiting to share that Peace Prize. Let us see who it is. Bringing two warmongers, India and China, to the table in Russia, the Russian President Vladimir Putin has told the world that he can bring powerful countries like India and China for a negotiation. China was belligerent, stubborn and warmonger. China wanted to expand its territory. China doesn't want to lose the exagem once they have taken over. China doesn't want to lose the finger point 8, finger point 5, 6, 7 and 8. And they want to keep for themselves. Why? Because it has been taken over with a war. And when first one, exagem has been taken over, when the 1962 war was taken place. At the same time, the four fingers from 8, 6, 7 and 5 taken over when Kargil war was going on, when India was busy in fighting Pakistan, and China has taken it as an advantage. Sometimes I believe that China was behind the Kargil misadventure for which China wanted to take over these four fingers and expand themselves. For this they have used Nawaz Sharif or the other General Musharraf and his army to undertake the Kargil war. We don't know the fact, but there is an element of suspicion over this issue after seeing the expansionist mode of and the policy of China. At the same time, Russia has taken an initiative, because if there is a war taken place, India and India can defend China in a proper manner, sometimes throw out China from exagem, because now India is not only has got an equal number of soldiers and weapons, everything amassed across the line of control. At the same time, India has got a kind of determination to win this war. The war is won not only by the weapon, war was won by the determination, the war strategy, statecraft and the tactical move. All these things India has mastered, and India is waiting to test it with China, no one else, because there is no any other country will come and invade India. At the same time, only China will come. If China, it is tested on China and we found it successful, then it will make India a superpower. And the time has come for India to stand against any kind of a coercive policy and tactics of China, because India will be able to win a war and throw out Aksajin and take over a part of Tibet if the war strategy is brilliant. And it is the planets of the war has to decide how to create that strategy. Nonetheless, Putin doesn't want India and China fight a war, because first of all, India and China are Russia's friend. Number two, India, China, Russia can play a big role in the Asian region. Third, if there is a war will come, America will play a big role in the South China Sea and will harm China and Chinese interest. Third, Russia will lose their influence, because surprising Russia, Putin has created a peace deal with Israel and the Middle Eastern countries. That has affected Russian influence in the Middle East right now, and Russia has taken it by surprise. That's why immediately Putin has taken a strong stand that he would play a key role in bringing China and India to the table to discuss and solve their problems. And they discussed and they have come to conclusion that there will not be any war and they will withdraw. Obviously, there is a lot of movement here and there, and the armies are across the eye against each other, ready to shoot each other. At the same time, there is no political will to trigger the war. So Putin, if completely successful and bring India and China to a peace deal, then Putin will be the next claimant of 2021 Peace Nobel Prize, and Trump and Putin will share this, and these two gentlemen will prove that world that their leadership is imminent for the world to take the world into the next level. For the last 4 years of Trump era in the White House, there was no war. America didn't send any soldiers to fight any war on behalf of America, or neither for any other countries. Earlier, Israel used America to fight a war, Britain used to fight a war, and they saved their country from using American taxpayers' money and American soldiers paying their life and bleeding them and sending them back in the body bags. But this time, Trump was intelligent. Trump is a business oriented. Trump knows where the money is leaking. Money was leaking, spending money unnecessary on the soldiers posted here and there for protecting other countries. That is not the way. He promised the American citizens that he would withdraw all of them and stop wasting money of the taxpayers' money. That money he would invest in research, academies, industries, employment generation, and he is up to his words. Now, where Putin stand? First of all, there is a good relation, a good working relation with Putin and Trump. American lawmakers who is against this deal is forcing Trump and making him engaging him in many cases of election scam, connecting with Russian hackers. However, Trump and Putin has a minimum working relationship. They make sure that there won't be any clash of interest in this region of the Middle East. That is the one reason immediately a peace deal they could buy. Trump could do it directly, because if Trump and Putin came together openly, then the lawmakers and the people who are against the Russia and people who are in favor of a Cold War with Russia always treat Russia as an enemy. They will create a problem. They will raise the voice. That's why Putin has given open hand free hand to Trump to work. At the same time, he made sure that there will not be any influence or interference from the side of Russia to create any problem in any kind of a peace deal, and that is why it was successful. So when at the same time he turned to Trump has promised India and China, but both of them refused. At the same time, being a friend of China and India, Putin taken initiative the same way Trump has done in the Middle East, and he bought a peace deal, and now it is sure that both China and India will not fight a war. At the same time, peace deal will take place, and Putin has taken it as his personal interest and personal project to bring a peace treaty with both China and India. If it goes like this, there is a chance that both China and India properly demarcate the border and find a permanent solution for this border dispute finally. But so long as China is occupying Aksajin, I am not sure that India will accept it, because it was taken over by China in 1962 by a war. It was not ceded by India free of cost. So India always wanted to take it back. But China can offer a deal to India. We will see what it is. Now what China is doing? China is connecting with Burma, Bhutan, Sri Lanka and Mali, all of them, give them some charity, including Iran, and trying to create a peace to isolate China. No, with half of the money, half of the vote, China can easily make a friendship and a permanent peace relation with India, and if both countries will unite as a friends without any suspicion and with building a trust and prosperity together, they can create a global superpower together. No one will challenge them in this world, because America is retreating from the world, and America will take 20 years time, because America lost the track because ever since the Bush has invaded into Iraq. So now how can both India and China together become a superpower? China has to cede. China has to return Aksajin and the 48,000 acres square acres of the kilometers of the land taken, return to India as a friendly gesture. And India will take over occupied Kashmir from Pakistan, because in this India will have its own operation. China will not intervene. Third, China will support India in the permanent membership of a United Nation, and make sure that China will not give any help to Pakistan to internationalize Jammu Kashmir issue or CAA. In this condition, China can easily buy peace with India, and both of them together will have a trusted friendship. And that friendship, the friendship like Russia and India is maintaining how many years? Ever since 1940, 60, I believe. And before that, I don't know anything about it. So during that period, if Russia and India can maintain a relationship, strong relationship, and even today it is running a good relationship, then China and India can make it. But China has to return all the land it is occupied, including Aksajin, to India, and China should be silent when India take over occupied Kashmir. And after that, whatever the property, whatever the money invested in Aksajin and occupied Kashmir, India will become partner of that project, provided that India will have a right to collect the toll and tax only in that area. The rest of the area, China can make money, no problem. And India will invest in this area to complete that construction work, so that China will fulfill its dream of having a one road, one belt. It will get access to wherever it want to. Plus, China and India will become world's the best and most powerful superpower. Like China and India is doing, like Russia and India is doing, then why not China? Because China has an expansionist policy and land policy. What China is going to do with this rock and the mountain? How long China is going to maintain a tactical military leadership? The era of a military attack, the era of acquiring land has gone. Now, within the limited land, Japan has become a rich economy. It is very difficult to run a big land. America is not able to use all his land it possesses. It has become a liability for America. At the same time, Japan has got a very limited land. Still, Japan has become a good economy, but it utilized the manpower and the resources in very effective way. But India and China waste a lot of natural resources for which they can invent, they can become innovation hub of the world, manufacturing and innovation hub of the world. They can become a supply chain hub of the world. But with this strategy, they can become something. This is the proposal. Putin has to convince China and make a deal. And after that, they demarcate India and Pakistan. China has to create a clear-cut demarcation and create a line of control. And the demarcation should be permanent and it should be acceptable, and the treaty has to be signed by both parties. Only then it will be possible. It is not like that China is send Rajiv Gandhi Foundation some money and Rahul Gandhi signing a treaty. Rahul Gandhi is nothing in India. His era is over. He will not do anything. Sonia Gandhi's time is over. She has become a parasite in this country and no one like her, including Congress Hindu leaders don't like her. So the time has come. Instead of pleasing, as a goodwill gesture, Putin has to convince China to return Aksajin and all territory taken over by China to India as a goodwill gesture, and do be silent when India take over the Pak-occupied Kashmir. After that, India will become the partner of one belt, one road project of China. India will support and become partner, and they will collect the tax and toll in that area. They will have absolute right in that route. But China can fulfill its dream. And if China will keep its army in the Aksajin or any other area, China is not going to do any fulfill any dream. There will be always a tension in the war, and India will keep on getting war, and India is not afraid of fighting a war with China now. And China is the only country India want to fight a war. So there is this way, if India and China become a permanent member in Security Council of UN, it is also a good to good. It's also an added booster, because Russia is a permanent member. Russia is supporting India. Then why China is not supporting? If both of them, all three are neighbors. If three permanent members come from in Asia, it's a strong booster in permanent membership. China should understand it. Chinese members should understand it. Chinese leadership should understand it. And Chinese military and Indian military's job is preventing other people encroaching into this region instead of fighting each other. That's what happened when Britishers invaded India, because Indian kings were small kingdom. They were fighting each other. That's why the Britishers could invade India and making a colony. Then no, do not allow. Then Chinese economy and Indian economy will boost like anything. It will be like anything. They can do joint project of a satellite. They can do joint project of instead of feeling jealous of each other, fighting each other, backstabbing each other, and pulling down each other. They can become a superpower together. And Russia, China, and India become a permanent members in the UN. It will have a lot of influence, lot of power. So Chinese leadership has to understand it, and Putin has to play a key role in these three areas. Allow and convince China to return all the land, including Aksajin, to India. So India is happy. Secondly, India will take over Pak-occupied Kashmir, so that this problem, the historical problem, will be settled permanently. After that, but China's turn. The China will get a one road, one belt, that India will be the partner, and India will collect toll and tax. India will also invest in that region to complete that project. So India will become a partner. If China and India want, they can create all their border, convert into a trade area. In the center, total is a 10 kilometers is a trade, international trade and a tourism area. Both of them can invest, and the Indo-China trade hub they can create. And in the second layer, they can create the local people to be making them a habitat of a settlement. The third layer, they can maintain their army so that the army will not see eye to eye, only for security. This is the second project. Putin can convince them. Even Russia can also invest in that area. That is a huge area. It will become an international tourism center and a trade hub. Whatever India and China jointly producing, they can distribute, they can keep there for sales. The whole world will come and buy. Both countries can create a lot of money, and they can invest money, they can share the profit each other. Both countries will thrive like anything. Both of them should understand. Instead of sitting ideal, closing eyes, looking blind man, looking at the sun. No. like a man who got eyes looking at the sun, try to be that both the Indian leaders and Chinese leaders. But China has to cede the land which occupied by China ever since 1962. That is the only one. That's so that India will be pleased. Secondly, one world, that area, China will get support of India, and India will also invest, and they will become a partners. Third, China will support India's membership in United Nations, and Russia, China and India will create a common platform or a common agenda platform in the United Nations UN Security Council, where they will become a power and influence for the world. That way they can lead the world. So if Putin is successful in creating a peaceful peace deal with China and India, not for just this small war, it will come again in the next summer, otherwise the next to next summer. Both of them come with advanced tactics, advanced advantage. So it will not be, it will be a permanent solution. If Putin will do it, and both China and India sign a border treaty properly demarcated, and China will cede all the property or land acquired by China to India, then Putin will be the next eligible person other than Trump to share the international peace or Nobel Prize. So let us see how far Putin is eligible for this. He has to play a big role. And with this, we are ending this week's Good Morning World. And we believe that 2021 Nobel Prize for Peace, both Trump and Putin will share. And Trump has done his job, and he brought the Middle East enemies to the table and sign a treaty. Same way, if China and India will sign, Putin will also become a nominee. And both Putin and Trump will become a true global leaders who are going to lead the world in the next 4 to 5 years. Thank you for watching IVTNN's Good Morning World.